Welcome to the Work Hard, Play Hard podcast. My name is Rob Murgatroyd, and I am a former doctor turned lifestyle entrepreneur. Each week, I interview some of the best minds on the planet on the science of achievement and the art of fulfillment. Today's episode is a mini-sode that we call Fried Date with the Wife. In these mini-sodes, my wife Kim and I deconstruct the strategies that we've developed over the last decade to not only grow personally, but to turn our struggles into lessons and create fulfillment in all areas of our lives. Excuses are over. It's time to live. Let's dig into today's topic. Okay, before we jump into this interview, I want to invite you to be considered for my 2019 Traveling Mastermind. So go to workhardplayhardmastermind.com and fill out the application, and we'll jump on a call to see if you're a great fit. This year, we'll be in Boston doing lots of cool things like training with Tom Brady's trainer, Alex Guerrero. In the middle of the year, we'll be heading to Monaco doing things like vintage car rides through the French Riviera. And then we're going to wrap the year in Florence, Italy, doing things like truffle hunting and hot air ballooning over Florence. Look, life is all about fulfillment, and I really try and walk the walk. So if you are looking to be part of our tribe of 28 high-achieving entrepreneurs that are in the 6- and 7-figure range, fill out your application at workhardplayhardmastermind.com to be considered. So think of the mastermind as having two parts. The first is the trip itself, and the second part is what goes on over the 4 days within the mastermind. Our group of 28 entrepreneurs will help you brainstorm and accelerate what you want to achieve in 2019. And we'll do that through a variety of different exercises, brainstorming activities, breakout sessions, goal setting sessions. You know the drill. So go to workhardplayhardmastermind.com, fill out an application, and we'll jump on a call to see if you're a fit. All right, let's jump into today's episode. What's up, everybody? So Kim and I the other night sat down, had a couple glasses of wine, maybe a bottle, and we were talking about what it feels like for me being a few days away from the mastermind. So I just kind of like rambled what was in there. So this episode you may want to skip if you don't want to hear two people having a conversation about what it feels like before a mastermind. But if you want to kind of get a little bit of insight into how I'm thinking about it, then you may want to listen to it. So let me know what you think. Just shoot me a message on Instagram at Rob Murgatroyd and leave me a comment and let me know what you thought. Okay, here you go. So when I'm looking at Tony Robbins' feed, Sage, his wife, comes on, and she's like, "Happy birthday to my man," and blah, blah, blah. You know, there's a million people that said happy birthday to him. And it dawned on me that if I could have at this second stage of my life a small percentage of the impact that Tony has had, for me, the second half of my life would be well-lived and worth it. And it's got me thinking that, you know, when you take somebody like him who's done an event, you know, for, you know, certainly thousands of people now that are in a room, there's a few people that are not so happy. And there's a few people that, you know, they didn't get the chair the way they wanted to get the chair, you know, or the check-in process wasn't perfect. But the totality of the experience, the vision that he had remains pure. And going into this process, I want to make sure that I'm focused on the bigger picture, which is to serve and help people to wake up to their life, to see other things that to do things that they're not doing, to see other things that they're not seeing, to connect with people that they're not connecting, and know that in those brief moments that they may be tired or cranky, or their king bed may not be the exact king bed that they anticipated they were going to have, or whatever the million different problems that they are. If I can deliver from my heart something that truly is going to be transformational for them in a loving, kind way, and with a heart really of service to help them, then I'll be okay with that.
Do you know what's amazing to me? hearing you, say this is such a different place that you're coming from. Like for 10 years, you and I got up in the morning, got out the door at 6:59 a.m., schlepped the 45-minute drive to Buford, Georgia, to go to the office, right?
Yeah.
And we talked about you doing, like, how are we going to make it big and create, this life that we're after? And it was like 10 offices in 10 years. And it was all focused on the money, the outcome. Why can't I be in California? And now to hear you say that all you want to do is have impact. All you want to do is serve from your heart and know that it's going to be enough. And on, 5 days out from your first mastermind, let's call it 6 days out, whatever it is, to have you coming from that place of, love and service and gratitude versus I'm going to have 10 offices in 10 years and I'm going to bank $3 million and I'm going to live off the income and I'm going to live in California. It's such a different place. And Isn't that journey interesting? That you didn't get what you wanted, you got what you needed.
It is interesting. And
because that's fulfillment.
You're making me think of something. And generally when I write my goals out, the first words out of my mouth are how much money I'm going to make for that particular project, whatever it is that I'm working on, or whatever it is the goal is. And in this particular case, it is, look, the framework at which I'm doing this has been to say, okay, is this going to be a profitable endeavor? But that's kind of where it ends for me. My focus with this has not been, how do I squeak another $100,000 out of this deal? It has been more, how do I make it better? How do I make it more impactful? How do I serve them in a way that they need to be served? How do I do such a great job that they want to tell 100 people because it's affected their lives? And this is honestly the first time that I felt this way, certainly in business. But I tell you, as we have traveled around the world, if somebody comes with us, I want to be able to share with that person in an impactful way what I'm doing for free.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
But this is the only time in my life I've ever felt this way.
But what's so funny about this is we've had people travel with us and, whether it's 2 people or 15 people, you are as passionate about making sure every aspect of this is correct and right and done the right way, the right restaurant, the right beach, the right service, the right everything. And you never made a nickel. And you've sold, 20 masterminds at this point, 20 people in your mastermind, right?
Yeah.
How much money have you made?
I don't know.
You have no clue.
I have no idea.
Isn't that fascinating to you? Because when we worked in the clinic, how much money we made was a daily conversation.
Can I tell you something?
What?
I am embarrassed to say this from an entrepreneurial standpoint, but I really don't care. And this is the first time in my life. I hope that you say to me, you did good and we have enough money to pay the bills.
Yeah.
But this is the first time where I have ever done something that I am truly excited, inspired, want to make better. I just want to make it better. How can I make the experience better? How can I help the group more? How can I go deeper? And I've never done this. Honestly, with most of the things that I've done, my standard has been, this is the goal. This is how much money I want to make. What is the minimum amount of output that I need to put out in order to accomplish that goal?
Isn't that amazing? Because right now we are working day and night, day and night, day and night. And if you added up the hours that have gone into the implementation and the planning and the execution of this event, the hourly rate is probably not amazing. It's probably really similar to like what you were making before. But isn't it interesting when it's something you're truly passionate about and you really love it, that you really don't care?
I don't care. I really don't care.
Now that's not to say that at the end of the year, we're not going to have checks and balances and see, what landed, one didn't.
It would suck if I didn't make any money, for sure. I wouldn't want to do that, but it doesn't diminish my desire to do it.
Does this journey and this new venture bring you fulfillment?
Yeah, it does.
In what way?
It's a great question.
Thank you.
The only answer that I can give you is that there's a feeling that's deep inside of me that goes deeper than myself. And God, it's one of these things that I'm just having a struggle putting into words. But it's service is the first thing that pops into my mind. And it's a feeling. Here's what I can tell you. I'm going to go back to our trips to Greece. When I come back from Greece, I know what I know. And I know when I'm sitting across the table from somebody and we're having dinner and they're laughing and smiling, and I can watch them settle into the islands, the food, the group, the night. And I know when I see them tomorrow, they're going to be lighter.
Do you know what's funny? Everybody comes with their rules and their expectations. And then this is your gift. You somehow create an environment that allows people to release and relax their rules, lessen their expectations, and they move into flow. And that's your gift.
That's a good word. That's exactly what it feels like. It feels like they slide into a flow. Sometimes it takes them a minute.
And it depends on the person.
But
the right person that's open to that, it'll happen. And you're the person to bring it out of them. So I just want you to know that on the eve of the eve of the eve of the eve of your first mastermind event, how proud I am of your transition into the second half of your life and how much impact you're going to be creating. Cheers.
Well, I want to say to you that I have never had it's a crappy cheers.
Was that like a plastic glass?
It was that
was like the shittiest cheers ever.
It was a crappy cheers because I wasn't finished.
Oh.
I wanted to say to you, it feels so good to have somebody so relentlessly in your corner and positive to make sure that the dreams that are inside of me are supported and realized.
I see the vision, baby. Give me a good one. Come on, give it good.
That sounded like...
it was like a gong. Hold on, can we do that again? It's like a meditation.
All right, thanks for listening. If you love this episode and you know someone that needs some help in either stepping up their work hard game or their play hard game, it would mean the world to me if you shared this podcast with them to help me get this movement out there. So if you like what you heard, head on over to iTunes, take 30 seconds and leave me a 5-star review, and I will be forever grateful. So until the next episode, excuses are over. It's time to live.